questions and answers. 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I'm only 3 weeks and 200 subscribers behind. It's kind of embarrassing, but I probably say way too much. Working 50 hours a week, family life, trying to squeeze in the poker, editing videos and making videos is just the small portion of my life. Wish I could have got this out sooner, but now is better than never, right? Colin asks, are you playing any satellites into the MSPT? Colin, you know this. I played some satellites. This question was answered. It was one of the ones I stumbled upon when I wasn't going to look at all the questions. But yes, indeed, I played a satellite, recorded it in the vlog. Didn't go real well. They're too turbo-y. And I'm going to play in the MSPT this weekend. Hope to see you. Ghost Life. Are you going to be in Evansville into February for the 50K tournament? Yes, I will be. I do not miss MSPT when they come to Evansville. Cannot wait. Perfect structure. The guys are awesome. The field is going to be soft. You'll hear me say that again. I'm one of the soft ones, so. Jason J. What got you into playing poker? How old were you when you knew it was something you wanted to do? You know, I think a lot of us had that time growing up as kids playing, you know, picky poker and Indian poker, all those silly kid games. And we got into 5-card draw and 7-card stud. No clue what we're doing. But I remember my parents, aunts, and uncles playing with coins on the kitchen table during family get-togethers. And of course, it was something we were imitating in the back room on the side, not knowing what we were doing as little bitty kids. My buddies who are going with me to the MSPT this weekend, they organized tournaments back around the time of the Moneymaker boom and all the ESPN was really showing the World Series of Poker. And they'd always, you know, our crib was a good place for tournaments at the time. So we would play in those small tournaments, and then we branched out to bar tournaments. I never did any good in any of that for years. You know, it was quite a while before I even sat down at a table playing at the Trop. Back then it was called Astar, at a cash game. I was way too shy to the game. You know, I thought it was something really scary compared to what we were playing at home. Turns out it's not. And all they offered back then was 5-10 limit, and they had 10-20-30 limit, which is crazy. I wish they still had that game. But even back then, I didn't put in very many hours on the tables. When I did start cashing in the small side tournaments, and then the Tropicana/Astar tournament that they first had, and I won that, that's when I was like, holy crap, I need to do this more often. And it's been hit or miss for years. Mainly tournaments, every now and then some cash sessions. In August was when I first started playing without drinking at the table. So I played for years and years and years, 10 years, more years, always intoxicated. Another buddy going with me to the MSPT is the one who, for at least 8 years, told me, hey, do not drink when you play. You'll see better results if you do not drink when you play. Should have listened to him a long time ago. I still make stupid decisions. I'm working on that. I'm working on my mental game quite a bit so where I don't spaz out. But without the alcohol, I have a lot more control on the outcome than I used to have, that's for sure. Did I answer your question or did I get off track? Hot Sauce is Lethal says, if you could live anywhere and play poker for a living, where would it be and why? I would go somewhere sunny and warm. Right now in Indiana, it's actually 70 degrees in February, but the cold winters when they come around, we don't like them, you know? It's good, build a snowman, go sledding one day, but we don't need that. Nobody needs that. I would go to LA or Florida. Take the family there, beach time, poker time. I think then I'd be able to put in a lot more hours if I lived closer to a casino. And it'd be pretty enjoyable, I think, in those two locations, you know, on one of the coasts. Noah, do you like fish sticks? I do like fish sticks. I am not a gay fish. Ryan James wrote a book. Since you seem to play a lot of multi-table tournaments, how many hours does one take to get through the first day? First day, a typical 2-day or plus day tournament is 10 hours, which is just the perfect amount when you start to get tired. Are there many people that enter at later levels rather than right at the starting time? Yes, a lot of people late register. A lot of these, even the circuit events, I'll go to them and I'll be like entry number 20. It's silly to me. I love getting there early, not delaying anything. Register for the tournament, you know. A lot of people like to skip the lower blind levels, that way they don't get themselves in trouble. Plus, they can get bigger pots with the bigger levels, like level 4, level 5. Not for me. How often are you reevaluating stack size in comparison to others in blind levels to know when you should be conservative versus shoving? All the time. I'm always looking at everybody else's stack, and I'm always looking at my stack versus the blinds. Ever since I read Dan Harrington's tournament books, I pay attention to the M factor, the blind factor. I usually don't even consider worrying about shoving. Let me restate that. I used to not worry about it until like less than 10 big blinds. But since these vlogs have started, I've been in some situations where I've shoved 20 big blinds and 15 big blinds. If you really want to win, you need to do stuff like that. If you want to hang on in cash, you can grind it out a small stack. If you get put in a situation where you have a small stack, this is not good strategy advice for anybody except for me and maybe Alan Kessler, you know, getting a min cash. But there's no reason to worry. I've had 4 blinds, 5 blinds, and come back to make, you know, late runs, final tables. It just depends on when you want to worry. How do you keep up with pot size? You just multiply the bet being made by how many people are in and hope you can keep adding it to what's already in the pot. Estimates are good, exact numbers are not necessary. On average, how many people at your table would say are decent, good compared to fish? It's usually like a half and half situation. Half good people, half fish. At different locations, of course, that's going to vary quite a bit. You're going to have a lot more fish. And if you're playing in huge events, like circuit main events, but the bigger, more prestigious events, you're going to have a lot more pros and a lot less fish. It seems there's high variance and bad players suck out often. If you're a good player, does it make much difference? It makes a little bit of difference. The variance is always going to be there and it's always going to happen. You're always going to get sucked out on. Not always, but you know, your fair share you're going to get sucked out on. But good players can avoid putting themselves in a lot of those situations. Do you still get nervous when you play? Yes. It's that good nervous. I'm about to compete, about to do battle. It's exciting every time. I love it. What is your table demeanor like? Do people try to get information from you often? I'm quiet. I sit there, people say something, tell a joke or whatever. I'll smile, I'll nod my head. Other than that, I won't say a word. People usually do not try to get information from me, except in the last vlog where that gentleman stood up and I was bluffing him. Luckily, it doesn't happen too often. What advice do you have for experienced players but new to live casino games? Thanks for your entertaining and honest blog. Honesty, number 1 for me. Number 1. I don't care if it makes me look stupid. I want to be 100% honest with you guys. What was the question? Play your game. Even if you're experienced, you know, I'm assuming with online play, or maybe home games, these people, they're normal. They're normal people, they love the game like you. Some of them are gonna be good, some of them are gonna be fish. Just play your game, do your best, and have fun. If you're trying to make it as a pro, please go to someone else for advice on any of these questions, not me. This is humble advice from an amateur player. Get out there and crush it, man. Chris McPhee. Hey bro, I'm really enjoying your vlogs. UK followers hype is real. Hey, that's awesome. I have a lot of my poker friends railing now too. Shout out to the UK. Have you any intention of sharing your life story and journey as you chase and live the dream? Yes, this vlog is going to be my poker story as I do chase this dream. I may start to incorporate a little more family or job related stuff, but it's mostly going to be focused on poker and that journey to the highest level that I could reach. Any plans to relocate to make cash a more viable option? And do you have ties to your hometown? If so, what are they? I do have ties. Family. 2 girls, wife, my parents, and all my friends right here in southern Indiana. I'm an hour and a half each way to the nearest casinos. I have no current plans of moving or relocating. We have a long plan in the future to maybe move to Florida. Also, have you had any coaching or spend much time on free coaching via Twitch? I haven't looked at free coaching via Twitch. I'm gonna have to do that. I watch videos, hand breakdowns, and listen to audiobooks. I've never had a true coach. I have the friend the friend poker gang who we message hands, we don't do it enough. We need to start doing it some more. Jack Williams, what up, man? 1,000 is a big accomplishment, bro. So my question to you is, what kind of giveaway promotion are you going to do for your fans? Jack, this is a giveaway, man. I'm answering your questions. That's it. As my true followers, or a lot of people who have at least watched toward the end of my last video, see, my current giveaway is a 3% sweat to the MSPT. I'm hoping to do more, you know. I love making these videos, but the fact that you guys actually pay attention to them and give me all the sweet comments and, in a sense, coaching, that does help my play. I'm hoping that someday I can give back to you guys. Matt Clark, do you have a career lifetime win-loss amount? As an example, for my poker career, I know I'm up XX thousand, XXX dollars in lifetime earnings. XX is a good number, bro. Are you a lifetime winner or loser, and do you know how much? The reason why I ask is you say you play a lot of tournaments, and I've played the HPT and MSPT, and those are large to me. Me too, Matt. Buy-in events, and as we know, variance is very high in those tournaments. On top of that, you give off the impression you're just an average cash game player. I'm probably below average, but I'm glad I give off an average impression. So it makes me wonder, are you a career winner or loser at this point in your poker life, and how much? I am above. That is all I can say for sure. I did not keep track of cash poker play until 2016 was when I first started making the hand journals. And then this year, 2017 for sure. Last year, I think I played 10 tournaments, about 9 tournaments, and I cashed 4 or 5 of them. So before that was a lot less tournaments each year, you know, significant besides family home games. And I probably cashed half of each of those. But my problem is when I do cash, I don't play within a bankroll at all. I go and take that cash and play in the biggest event that I can at the time. Say I'm playing in a $300 event and I'm in cash, I will find the next HPT event or circuit main, whatever, for 1,000 and play in it. I need to stop doing that and start bankroll managing. Anyhow, I say I'm a slight winner, but it's nothing to write home about. It's definitely not double-digit X's like yours. But from here out, you guys are going to see my results, so you'll know. James Pitchforth, how many times in events have you played at the World Series of Poker at the Rio, and where did you come in them? I've only played the World Series of Poker the last 2 years. I played in the Colossus event, which I had one of the worst exits to a tournament that I've ever had. I may go over that here in a minute, or I may save that. It was just middle of day one, nothing too special. I did play in a daily deep stack that same weekend, and it was the biggest one that the Rio had had to date, you know, the Colossus weekend, and I got about 120th. And then last year I went and played the Monster Stack. I did not do very well. Also, all of this was totally drinking, so stupidity. On the Monster Stack, I was drinking away. I did not cash it. I played a deep stack event that weekend, which I did cash, and I got 100th. So I'm 0 for 2 at World Series bracelet events, 2 for 2 in daily deep stacks. Maybe I should just go out to Vegas and grind them. My buddy Ray's Rail, if you won the 2017 main event, what are 3 things you would advocate or change in terms of poker as the next world champion poker ambassador? Holy crap, man. I don't know what the 3 things would be, honestly, but it would be something that would somehow magically put a better light on poker, bring more people back to poker, make online poker a reality for the Midwest. I would campaign for that, because assuming I won the main event, I'd have $10 million. I'd spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to help the poker world. It'd probably be like a dumb version of Jonathan Little, Doug Polk, Daniel Negreanu. I'd be trying to help other players in whatever way I possibly could, not necessarily strategy, but in some form. That's what I'd want to do. Joel Bennett, with all the poker vlogs brewing, I see a trend I see in myself. I see people striving to play for a living, but, big but, as in myself, it's hard to roll enough bankroll to play full time. Life costs money, and if you have no steady, stable income, it's hard to stand the up and downs and juggle life expenses. What's your game plan to overcome the common problem we all face? Joel, I work 50 hours a week. That's my game plan. I enjoy my job. It gives me the stable income to where when I have that minor amount of free time, I can go play poker on the side. I would love to be able to play poker as a career, but as you guys can see, right now I'm too spazzy and I will throw away a whole bankroll in a weekend. I do not know how the guys who vlog and play poker for a living do it. I know they have their steady bankrolls to make it to where they can cover their life expenses. That has to be so very hard. Though they are also super poker players, so might be kind of easy for them. I'm not sure. Hard work, man. Hard work, you can do it. Logan Stanley, what do you think the state of poker is like in 2017? For example, will online poker be legalized in the future? Will there be another poker boom in the future? Is there any room for poker to grow back into the US mainstream market? Poker's poker, and there will always be poker. There will always be fish, and that's why there will always be poker. I worry that online poker will not be legalized. I do not know. I haven't read into it as much as I used to in the past, but I would think it would be totally legalized by now if it were going to be. It's all a money thing, man. All the money thing. They got to get their money. I don't think there will be another boom. That moneymaker boom was huge, and a lot of people made the money they could off of it in time, and good on them. I think there is room for poker to grow. Unfortunately, it looks like the trend that I see when I go to Vegas, or even around here, poker rooms are disappearing. I don't like to see that. Even if it is a terrible poker room, I guess it had to go. But it's not a good sign when they're disappearing like that. We want to see more poker rooms. We want to see the boom. We want to see the US market grow. As long as it stays what it is right now, it's going to be good. Good for the hobby for me, and the guys who are currently making a living can continue to make a living. Maybe bad for all the people who are really wanting to try to make a living doing it. I don't know. I'm terrible at this question. Bruce McKinney's, what's your favorite part of the game of poker? Rolled up aces over kings. No, I love competing. One-on-one, one-on-three, I love competing. It's like back when I used to do MMA or sports, it's the adrenaline of going to battle. This battle is the battle of wits. I've been losing this battle a lot lately. I'm working on that, and you guys know that. But I honestly think I work too hard at work, and it's taken up all my freaking mind, and I am just exhausted by the time I do get to the poker tables. But I'm working on that too, so excited. But yes, my favorite part is competing and stacking chips. Well, that was funner than I thought it would be. I apologize if I totally butchered anyone's names, if I totally butchered your question, kind of on the fly. I did enjoy it. I wish I would have done this sooner. I do appreciate you guys. Go watch my last vlog linked here. You have one more day till 11 a.m. Eastern to get in the hashtag that I mentioned for a chance at the 3% sweat to this weekend's MSPT. If you enjoy these vlogs, get excited, because I'm hoping to be refreshed. Since that last vlog, it was 2 weeks ago of poker in poker time, and I've had 2 weeks to refresh, rejuvenate, not forcing any poker play or anything, and I feel fresh. My vlogs are going to be fresh. The poker play is going to be fresh. See how many times I can say fresh? All right, guys, I'm going to quit rambling. Hard telling how long this is going to be. I know a couple questions I drug out. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed. It's even worth the time to answer any more questions in the future, you know. If you didn't learn anything, give it a thumbs down, you know. Okay, I'm done. Thank you guys so much. So much. Cat, bless it. I appreciate all of that. I'm going to beat this cat. Hope to see you.